that damn mic off the stand. God.
Technically challenged.
Nice.
Okay, so here's how it played out. So keep in mind, like, I'm a lightweight these days. And I hadn't smoked pot at that point for a really long time, so I was pretty buzzed. So we're on the couch, Ben and I, and I'm straddling Ben. Like this. Don't be scared. So, we're like, making out. And then, hold on. Okay, everybody close your eyes until I say open up, please. You have to play along with me. Everybody, eyes closed. Keep them closed, please.
Our best friend.
Okay, you can open them now. Okay. I'm like so horrified that this really happened to me. Like, that's the worst part of this fucking story. I'm like, oh God. So I'm making out with Ben. And I'm a very handsy, touchy person. So I run my hands up Ben's head like this while I'm looking at him, we're kissing. And all of a sudden, I feel this fucking ridge around his head. A ridge. And so what do I do with my dramatic flair for excitement and adventure? I leap off of him like a fucking cat who just had a bucket of water dumped on him. And I go, what the fuck is that? And Ben says,
What do you think it is? What does it feel like?
and I say, I don't know, Ben. You had a fucking lobotomy? You were scalped by natives? What is that thing? What is it? And then Ben says,
It's not mine.
and I say, what? Are you kidding me? Let's just go shave that shit off right now. Seriously. And then Ben says,
She whispered in the
I wouldn't have looked good, Paul, because I have a pretty big head.
so how
always had a big
do
head.
I argue with Ben? This is the dude who we call Big Head Ben. And I'm just like, oh shit, he's totally right. Thank you. So then, I'm like, how do I argue with that? But then I'm just like waiting for him to leave so I can call my best friend and be like, dude, oh my God, you have to hear what happened to me tonight. And then the other part of me, I'm feeling like this total shallow dick because I don't want to continue to like make out with this dude who has a toupee. And then the other side of me, the totally like ADD, like, hey, a squirrel, like that part of my monkey brain wants to like ask him every single creepy little kid toupee question like you can possibly even think of, such as, I'll tell you some. If I can do it without laughing. How is it attached? Do you wear it in the shower? What is it made from? Does it cause head cheese? Do you go to a special toupee store to have it fitted? Had it ever been pulled off or blown off? Was it glued down? Did they have longer models for winter? Was this barber who cut the bottom ring of real hair in on it? So many questions. So I kept seeing Ben for just a little while, mostly because I was in the position where I didn't want to look like a shallow dick for dumping someone with a toupee, whom I'd most likely start for life with my cat lead freakout session. So I was sitting on the steps one day talking to Amy Jo on the phone when Ben pulled up at my house. He got out and I winced. He had on shorts, socks, and Tevas. He had the skinniest white ankles I think I've ever seen on a man. And yes, I said socks and sandals. And I know the girls are all like cringing. On top of the skinny ankled body perched the enormous toupee-covered head. I'm working, Ben. You can't come over without calling. I told him. He left. Dude, what the fuck? Where am I? How did this become my life? I used to date rock stars and models, and I'm dating a rug-wearing, big-headed man who wears socks with sandals. What's next? Fucking sock garters? AJ laughed. We laughed a lot back then. There were some doozies. Breaking it with Ben was harder than I thought it would be. He was convinced that I was just scared. Saying, "You're just scared, Stacey." Like, no! You just have an enormously large head and you wear a toupee and you wear socks and sandals. Fuck off. A few years later, I ran into him at the post office and my son was with me. And when we got into the car, he said, I quote, "Ben's hair looks a lot longer." I peed my pants and snorted at the same time. He was like, "What, Mom? What's so funny about that? Mom, what's so funny about that?" And I said, "Someday I'll tell you, love." And he's like, "No, tell me. And I'm like, "Hey, look, a squirrel." And then it was done. So that's the Ben story. I'm gonna give you guys a choice right now. So I'm gonna give you a choice. So I had this really weird guy wink at me not that long ago that was just too funny to not poke fun of. So if I do that piece, it will involve me wearing a mullet wig and pretending to be him while I read his profile, which could be entertaining. Or I could read you my 5 clues that you may be dating a narcissist and or sex addict. So I'm gonna...
Sex addict.
Who wants the mullet wig? Raise your hand.
Can we get both at the same time?
Yeah, I don't know about that, but if you'll let me, I'll do both. I don't want to be a stage hog of my first time. Okay, just so everybody knows, I've nicknamed this winker the smallest dragon slayer. Okay. So this is his profile. And I really wish I had it on a screen so you could see the insane amount of grammatical errors and typos because it made me throw up in my mouth literally about 15 times. But anyway. I work very hard and enjoy my days off at my home. I have lots of excitement and drama at work. I keep it there and never bring it home with me. I really have been there and back again. I have no desire to travel Dancing is for people who have the energy, I guess, and I rather enjoy my meals and